Hey, LeBron James, tell you what. You said you spent $1.8 million on your health and making sure you're able to play this game at the highest level with the highest physical capabilities that you have. $1.8 million is the last number I heard. Maybe it's a little less, but at least $1 million a year goes to the health and the condition of his body. And we actually have the audacity to say, LeBron, Kevin Durant, and others, you should take a little discount to make sure what exactly are you making sure is happening when we ask these people to take a discount? You know what's happening? They take a discount, and the dude who signed the check gets a little rich. He gets a little more money in his pocket. He makes life for his grandkids a little easier. That's what happens. So when you have that situation, there it is. It's over. And you want them to do that. Is it real? Come on, man. Is that realistic? Is that even feasible? Would you accept that? Hey, because I want to get a ring, I'm going to give you $8, $9, $12 million back. Nobody would do that for a $75,000 ring. Even if it's a $100,000 ring, if it's a $200,000 ring, if it's $1 million ring, I'm not giving $10 million back to get it. That's crazy. That is utterly crazy. But we ask them to do it all the time. I'm asking you not to do that anymore. And if you sit back and thought about it, you wouldn't do it. I think it's absurd. Hey, take less money. Don't make sure your future is ridiculously secure. Don't make sure your grandchildren's grandchildren won't have to work. But make sure I get an hour of celebration and a parade. That's what we're really asking these athletes. You don't want a parade. You don't want a championship. You don't get a damn ring and you don't get a check. Stop asking people to take less money for your entertainment. It's unfair to them. It's unfair to you. It's kind of ridiculous to say. If you actually sat back and thought about what you're asking a professional athlete to do when you ask them to take a discount, it's something you wouldn't do. So, hey, my rule of thumb in life is don't ask anybody to do something that you wouldn't. And that's just it. I wouldn't take it. Well, you already know I ain't taking no short. So please, James Brown, please don't ask anybody else to do it. Don't ask somebody to sacrifice their money for your entertainment. That's unfair to them. It's unrealistic. And I just wouldn't do it. It's just not productive. But with that being said, let me go on to the next topic. Big up to Deontay Wilder. Big up my buddy. That's all I have to say about that. Next up, we're going to talk a little college hoops. It ain't a whole lot changed in the last 7 days. Duke still reigns supreme. Coach K still getting it in. Big ups to Coach K. Y'all know I got the Chicago virus going down. Coach K. One of the biggest issues in college basketball is the situation that's going on with my man Wise at Memphis. Memphis. I don't really like the fact that this young man is in a world of trouble because before he even thought about going to the school, before Coach Hardaway was the head coach of the school, he donated money to the school and helped this young man with $12,000. Why is the NCAA entering these young men's finances? Why must it be a total oppression? Why? That's really what I want to know. Why is it that it's a problem if someone helps one of these young people in regards to their finances, helping their lives go along, making life a little easy for them? This young man at Ohio State got jammed up the same way. I ain't like it then. I definitely don't like it now. It is pure and utter nonsense. It is nonsensical for an institution to think they have the ability to monitor your finances, your personal finances. Listen to that, man. You are going to tell me what to do. I can't have a family friend. I don't give a damn if I just met him yesterday. He lent me the money. I can't have a family friend, a cousin, a brother, or uncle, or what have you help me when I'm in dire straits. What's the point in having friends and family if they can't help you in a bad situation? This is an agenda to further oppress it is the haves versus the have-nots all day long. All day long. But we keep going for it because it's the way college sports work. Oh man, it's rules. Look, this country was founded on breaking rules. I don't want to get into all of that, but you and I both know the rules don't mean a damn thing unless you one of the have-nots. I'm gonna say that again. The rules only apply to the have-nots. If you don't have anything, then the rules apply to you. If you don't have any money, power, the rules apply to you. If you don't have any of those things, the rules apply to you. Now, next thing you know, everybody's gonna be talking about you can do this and you can do that. If you don't have, they apply. If you don't, they won't. And that's just the name of the game. That's just the way it goes down. Sorry if you disagree. I mean, I don't have a problem with you disagreeing. Disagreeing is part of life. I'm with it. Some people don't see it my way, but you don't have anything, rules apply. I just want to know, what's the big deal? What is the big deal? Why are we on these kids' back? Why is it that it is in violation of NCAA rules that I remember at one point, if you could even have extra cream cheese on a bagel, I'm going to say that again. You couldn't have extra cream cheese on a bagel. You had young men, which I think they were engaged in a little bit of hyperbole at that point, saying that they were going to bed hungry. I can't imagine that at a big time university because you have what is called breakfast on your meal plan traditionally. Meal plan, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And then if you're an athlete, I should have said professional, I would almost say professional. They are professional athletes. Let's get that straight. If you're an athlete, a scholarship athlete, you have what is called training table. And what training table consists of is hearty food to ensure that you get through those practices, midnight, early morning practice and midday practice. But you shouldn't be restricted on what you can earn. That's what this young man is being held to, these ridiculous standards. Oh man, you can't get this and you can't get that, because if you get any advantages, then it's going to be a problem. We want to make it fair throughout the entire NCAA. So, am I to believe that in NCAA history, we are not going to school with millionaires' children? Our brothers and sisters not going to school with millionaires' children. That's what I'm supposed to believe? I doubt it. I doubt that very seriously. And again, this is the End of the Bench podcast. I am your man, HRap B, on Built for This Network. Thank you for tuning in. If you are a background listener, please create a profile and join us in the chat room. You can present a question or agree or disagree with me, or you can give me a call. A simple call will work. I am here to give you this number that I don't have handy, so I'm just talking gibberish until it happens. Okay, the number you can give me a call at is 773-797-2409. That's 773-797-2409. 773-797-2409. This is the End of the Bench podcast. Let me continue. As I was stating, man, the NCAA is always full of it. Just like this young man at Ohio State University, he was initially suspended for a gang of a big pile of games. Now he was reduced to 2. He served a suspension. Well, what exactly did he get suspended for? That's all I want to know. What did this young man get suspended for? It was ridiculous what he was suspended for. He got suspended because he borrowed some money and paid it back so his girlfriend could come to the game. So, you want me to enjoy the college experience? You want me to bust my back, break my back, not get any money? Now I can't even borrow money. More ridiculous behavior by the National Association of College Athletics. A lot of people go along with it. You got a lot of doofuses out here talking about, well, they're getting a free education. Okay, well, how about this? Your employer pays your rent, gives you food, and gives you money to get to and from work. Hey, you surviving. And they even give you a stipend for clothes occasionally. How would you like that? You would not like that. So stop pretending as if this education that does not guarantee you a job, and if it does guarantee you a job, what if you want to be an entrepreneur? How does it help you with this? Some of us aren't academics, so why we're forced to go through this branch of education? You see what I mean? These are the things that are always floating around that's really not doing us any good. You can't take money from family friends, can't take money from family members, but are you telling me that these rich kids on campus who got way more money than y'all probably willing to give me, they're not riding around in Porsches, they're not riding around in Mercedes Benz and things like that? Yes, they are. So why is it a problem when the bros get it? See, it's always a problem with when the bros or the disenfranchised get anything, because then it's a problem. Now we want to break out and use these fictitious words like fair. The quote, the great Shannon Sharp, host Undisputed, fair is where you get cotton candy at, and they judge pigs. That's what a fair is. Because there's nothing in the United States of America that has been fair since its inception. People have died at the hands of the government. Nobody was talking about fair then. So if you talk about fair, I need you to fair. These are things that are only talked about when you're dealing with people who are disenfranchised. When you want to take people who don't have and talk them into things, talk them out of things that people that have possess, that's when the word fair comes into play. There's no fair when police officers are killing people in the street. There's no fair when the education system is unbalanced. It should be run like a communist state. If it's in one school, it should be in another. Where's the fair then? Where's the fair at Westinghouse Vocational High School here in Chicago? We didn't have a computer lab. We didn't have a law class. We didn't have a modern dance class. But at Lincoln Park High School, in the same Chicago public school system, they did. At Crane, they had less. At Krieger, they had less. Even at Westinghouse, and so forth and so on. So why is it that the only time the word fair is pushed into place is when people who don't have, people who are trying to climb the ladder of success, and people who almost get it, those people almost get an advantage. That's when we start talking about fair. That's when we start talking about justice. Why is that we only talk about that then? When we're on the come up, when poor people on the come up, we always talk about fair and unjust. Miss me with that nonsense, people. I'm not trying to hear that. If we gonna be fair 365 days a year, 24 hours a day, or we not gonna be fair at all. So, the next time somebody tells you about education and how these young men have an advantage or what have you, you tell them, drop dead, Fred. We ain't trying to hear that. Miss me with that nonsense. This your man HRap with the soapbox segment of the week. But back to this NCAA basketball ranking. And if you just tune in, this is your man HRap B. I'm on Built for This Network. This is the End of the Bench podcast. Did a little change. There's been a few changes to the program, as you can tell. It's no disrespect to my chat room chat room people, but what I've decided is I'm not going to announce people. I'm just going to acknowledge that you're there. Thank you for tuning in. And the reason I'm going to do that is because this is a podcast. There will be people chiming in that don't know you. Now, if you have a question or you want to ask something in, there's a number you can call, be part of the show, and you can write something in the chat room and I'll acknowledge you then. But as far as that, I'm just going to thank you for being there. I'm going to thank the background listeners for being there. And then I'm going to move on with the show. I want to confuse people who don't know you. Hopefully they'll create a profile and become one of you. And then we won't have to worry about that. But for now, thank you for tuning in to the End of the Bench podcast. I am HRap B, and let me keep it funky. Now,